When you're looking at the night sky, there's two things here. Western culture is coming from a very objective view of the science, but what we bring to the concept with the Aboriginal conversation is the spiritual connections to the night sky, and these are passed on stories. Now these concepts are still involving not so much the scientific realm, but more of the conversations around how stories are connected to the stars and how that is connected to our spiritual understanding of not only Australia but of the world.
The Indigenous people, rather than counting the stars and looking at what the stars formed, actually saw the dark spaces near the Southern Cross was actually the head of an emu. And then if you follow it down, you'll see the neck and then the thickening of this dark mass that actually looks like the body of the emu.
We've developed stories over many years, and those stories are connected to the sky, connected to the landscape, and those stories are based on oral history. And that landscape conversation is very, very ingrained with our identity and our heritage of Australia.
Now the Seven Sisters are special stars that light up the sky, and they have a special place in the sky to light up a story that's being unfolded to you.
So what we call the Seven Sisters, in fact, in Western culture, they're called the Pleiades. But in Australian Indigenous culture, the Pleiades, as we call them, have had enormous significance.
They're in the heavens to guide us and to show us what this world means to us. What you see now is what God gave us, and we need to understand that He talks through the stars, He talks through you, He talks through me, He talks through the little ones like you.
Partnering with the Perth Observatory, we would like to see funding provided for an Aboriginal Heritage Centre, and that Aboriginal Heritage Centre would look at training our young people into ranger programs, but more importantly to be tour guide operators within the national park. You've got a whole rich heritage of Aboriginal content in the state, and we could bring some of those stories here and entertain in terms of what that means in different locations throughout WA. The saying from our elders and the saying right across Aboriginal communities, if you look after the country will look after you.